Often said, haven't we, on the show that royal stories, as ever, are really, well, two-sided, and that's what we'd like to bring you here on this channel, impartiality. We've also mentioned, haven't we, in the previous few days, how Channel 4 have disgraced themselves with their swearing presenter live on air. And then, of course, we have a major presenter on the BBC, Martine Croxall, still allowed to be there while showing zero impartiality as ever, but you're paying for that impartiality, or lack of. It's interesting, isn't it? But when you look at cases regarding the royals, it's very, very different, because when you look back at the, shall we say, rather difficult interview that the Duke of York, Prince Andrew, gave to Newsnight, very ill-advised by so many people, but he truly felt that he could plough ahead and put his side of the truth over, his version of events. Well, that spectacularly backfired, but once again, of course, the main presenters of that, the producer and the presenter, decided to write books and profit from that association. Nobody's profited more, though, than the main accuser, Virginia Giuffre. And it's interesting to note that breaking news right now basically states that she may have mistaken a claim that she actually claimed within a court. Incredible, isn't it, when you think about it? What I find incredible also is the fact that this particular gentleman, his reputation has been ruined across the worldwide media, because once again, the media pick up the story without knowing the true background. You will note on this channel that we've always said regarding Prince Andrew, there's more to the story than meets the eye. Now let me give you a little bit of background, because the bottom line is, as we previously stated, the reason why Prince Andrew was very keen to settle, well, he wasn't personally keen, but was advised to settle, was simply this. The Platinum Jubilee was coming up. They didn't want the embarrassment for our 96-year-old monarch. And one can imagine that, you know, for him, he didn't want to put a stain on her reputation after 70 years on the throne with no blemish. I mean, you know, it's a terrible situation to find yourself in. No son would want to do that to his mother. Incredible. But now, of course, as the cogs unravel, and Miss Giuffre has now received a huge settlement, not as much as the media again print out, let me tell you. It's never as much as they state. But nonetheless, she's now having second thoughts about certain things. Or should I say, they're being exposed, and as ever, we have to say allegedly. We can't only really tell you certain parts of this particular story, because as I previously told you before, the legal side of it is this. You know, we know far more, but legally we're not allowed to say too much on camera. What I would say to those people out there now getting very frothy and excited by this is, yes, there's lots of things ongoing behind the scenes. You never truly know what the outcome of this particular story will be. But if I was in Prince Andrew's shoes, I would say today that this is something of a minor victory, because as he's always stated, he had no recollection of that picture being taken. He had no recollection of meeting her. So once again, Miss Giuffre's basically claimed, literally to the world's media, she may have mistaken this other gentleman. Now, how damning does that have to be? And more importantly, there's another twist and turn in this particular drama. So while the likes of Channel 4 relish in making a fun, thought-provoking musical attacking the former royal, literally in front of a few thousand people, because that's literally all who will be watching, it's interesting to note, isn't it, that, you know, again, they're not listening to the main story. Those people at Channel 4 will know exactly, truly, what's going on behind the scenes, but are choosing to ignore it. This, as I often say here on the show, is an ongoing legal story, and it will unfold, and eventually the truth will out. How long will that take? Well, so far it's becoming very slow. But bombshells like this from time to time can simply speed up things to a greater height. We wish everybody concerned in this ongoing story the very best. More importantly, let's hope that finally the truth will out. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.